Welcome to today's lesson in physics. Today we are discussing acceleration due to gravity and its variation due to several factors. We are already familiar with the term acceleration due to gravity. We know when a body falls freely towards the surface of Earth, its velocity continuously increases. The acceleration developed in its motion is called acceleration due to gravity. So the acceleration produced in a freely falling body under the gravitational pull of Earth is called as acceleration due to gravity. About acceleration due to gravity, we have already discussed, and the value of acceleration due to gravity, it is 9.8 meter per second square, and it was found by Galileo. And to find the value of this acceleration due to gravity and the nature of acceleration due to gravity, Galileo has conducted experiments from the top of Leaning Tower of Pisa. We have already discussed it. This acceleration due to gravity, it is denoted by the small letter g, and its vector, it is a vector quantity, and its direction is towards the center of Earth. And it does not depend on the mass, size and shape of the body. Okay, whatever be the shape, size and mass of the body, the acceleration due to gravity will be the same for all the objects. But the value of g, it will be constant at a given place, but at different places its value will be changing. That means it varies from place to place on the surface of Earth. It depends on altitude, depth, rotation of Earth, shape of Earth, etc. On various factors, the value of g depends. Now, what is meant by weight of an object? Weight of an object is the measure of gravitational pull exerted by Earth on it. So weight of body is defined as the gravitational force, and what is the expression for weight of an object? From Newton's second law of motion, we have already written an expression for the weight, that is W equal to m into g, where g is the acceleration due to gravity. And it is a vector quantity and its direction is towards the center of Earth. That means everywhere we represent the direction of weight as downwards. Since the value of g changes or varies from place to place, weight of an object also varies from place to place. Now we are going to discuss this variation in the value of g. Before coming to the variation in the value of g, let's obtain an expression for acceleration due to gravity. For that, we consider an object of mass small letter m kept on the surface of Earth. And Earth's mass, we assume it to be capital letter M, and its radius, we assume it to be capital letter R. So here we have this object. This is the object which is kept on the surface of Earth. We know its weight is acting towards the center of Earth, so that is the direction shown with the arrow mark. So we can write W equal to mg. According to Newton's law of gravitation, the force of attraction between Earth and that object, or the force exerted by Earth on that object, can be written as F is equal to gmm by r square, where capital letter M stands for mass of Earth and small letter m stands for the mass of that object. R is the distance between the two objects, that is Earth and that object, and that distance comes as the radius of Earth. So we have F is equal to gmm by r square. So we have two expressions for the same force. One is from Newton's law of gravitation, that is this equation, and the other is from Newton's second law of motion, that is F is equal to mg. That's what we said, weight W equal to mg. Both the force represents the same. So we can equate the right hand sides of both. So we have mg equal to gmm by r square, or g is equal to gm by r square. Very important expression for acceleration due to gravity, which means that the value of g on the surface of a planet, it depends on the mass of the planet and its radius. It is independent of the mass of the body which experiences this acceleration due to gravity. Okay, so on the surface of Earth, if you are calculating that m comes as the mass of Earth and r comes as the radius of Earth. And it shows that the value, it's independent of mass, size and shape of the body which is falling under gravity. So the expression for acceleration due to gravity is g equal to gm by r square. Now, variation in acceleration due to gravity due to altitude. Altitude means at a height h, the value of g is given by gh is equal to g into 1 minus 2h by r, where h is very much less than r. So at height close to the surface of Earth, the value in the acceleration due to gravity, it is as per this equation, gh is equal to g into 1 minus 2h by r. The equation shows that as we go up, the value of g, it decreases. And at high altitudes, we have another expression for this acceleration due to gravity, and that expression is gh is equal to gm divided by r plus h the whole square. So this is the expression for the value of g at a height h, where h is very much high. That means at larger values of height, we have the expression for gh like this, that is gm by r plus h whole square. This equation also shows that as we go away from the surface of Earth, the value of g is decreasing. So both the equations, you should know when we use both equation. When h is very much less than r, you know r is the radius of Earth, and radius of Earth, it is 6,400 kilometers. So when h is very small in comparison with that 6,400 kilometers, in that case we use this expression, that is gh is equal to g into 1 minus 2h by r. But when h is comparable with this r, for example, we say at 1,000 kilometers like that, at large heights, when h is very high, in such situations we use this equation, that is gh is equal to gm by r plus h whole square. Both the equation shows that when we go away from the surface of Earth, the value of g is decreasing. Now coming to the effect of depth. At a depth d from the surface of Earth, the value of g is given by gd is equal to g into 1 minus d by r. So this equation also shows that with depth, the value of g is decreasing. And if you consider the center of Earth, you know at the center of Earth, the depth d becomes equal to r. D will be equal to r, and this term becomes 0, which means that gd will be equal to 0. So at the center of Earth, gd will be equal to 0, or the value of g will be equal to 0. Of course, a body will be experiencing 0 weight at the center of Earth. So if we measure the weight of a body at the center, we'll get it to be equal to 0, because the value of g is 0 at the center. Now, the effect of non-sphericity of Earth. Due to rotation, what is the effect on the value of g? It's not there in our syllabus, so we are not discussing that. We are discussing that effect of non-sphericity. Non-sphericity means always in our calculations we assume Earth to be spherical in shape, but actually the shape of Earth is not exactly spherical. You know, Earth is bulged at the equator and flattened at the poles. So a geoid shape Earth is having. Okay, it has a geoid shape. It is flattened at the equator and bulged at the equator and flattened at the poles. Because of that, radius of Earth at the poles and equator will be different. Okay, so radius of Earth at the equator will be larger than that at the poles. If it was exactly spherical, both the radii should be same. That means equatorial radius should be equal to this polar radius. But because of this geoid shape of Earth, the equatorial radius is found to be larger than the polar radius. And you know the expression for g, small letter g, it is gm by r square. So you know that radius, it comes in the denominator. So if value of r is more, there the value of g will be less. So since the equatorial radius is more, the value of g at the equator will be less. So value of g is minimum at the equator and it has got maximum value at the poles. So at the poles, the value of g will be more. So likewise, the weight of an object will be more at the poles than at the equator. It's because of the change in the value of g.